हेलो डे स्टूडेंट मु सत्य सर तुम मैंने स्वागत जनाऊँ आम स्मार्ट ट्यूशन कैम्प को पिला देख तुम मनकर काली इंग्लीश एग्जाम अच्छी आमु जहाँ भी किसी सिलेक्शन देती ओडिया निहाती पड़ी तो आशा करुँच तुम मैंने बहुत भल लगी तो तुम मैंने ये क्वेश्चन दौर सब्जेक्टिव पार्ट तुम मैंने डिमांड थी सर सब्जेक्टिव पार्टर क्वेश्चन आणतु तो देख पे बेसी किसी क्वेश्चन नहीं बहुत कम क्वेश्चन देती आउ 100% आर भर ही क्वेश्चन आसो तुम मैंने एति सब्जेक्ट पढ़ी ना ग्यारंटी दूसरी तुम मैंने क्वेश्चन आंसर भलसे आटेड करके आसपर ठीक अच्छे तो चलो एवं जी आम क्वेश्चन आंसर देखा आउ जहाँ भी हो तुम मानक मु निहाती कही मैंने आज इवनिंग सुधा सबू किसी तुम मानक क्वेश्चन प्रोवाइड कर जी भी पारि सबूतक देवी आउ हाँ जो पिला नुआ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर बेल आइकन प्रेस कर निज निज सांग सेयार कर ग्यारंटी दूसरी आर भर ही क्वेश्चन आसो ठीक अच्छे तो चलो एवं जी आम प्रथम क्वेश्चन देखा तो पे चल ए देखिए प्रथम क्वेश्चन देख यहाँ तुम मानी पोएम आनी आग देख ऑल थिंग्स राइट एंड ब्यूटीफुल चैप्टर है तो देख हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब गॉड एंड व्हाई डज द पोएट से दैट गॉड इज ऑलमाइटी तो देख बेसी नहीं 6-7टा क्वेश्चन दूसरी तार भर तुम मैंने क्वेश्चन आसो तो तुमने भल भाव में प्रिपेरेसन कर आपर मत आम एसे एप्लिकेशन रिपोर्ट रेटिंग मत देखा आ जो मैंने भी देखिन तुम मैंने प्रिवियस क्वेश्चन सब फॉलो कर पूर्व पठाई सब क्वेश्चन को फॉलो कर देखिए निहाती बहुत बढ़िया रिजल्ट हम ठीक अच्छे तो देख पे द पोएट सेज दैट गॉड इज द ग्रेट क्रिएटर ऑफ ऑल द ब्राइट एंड ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स इन दिस यूनिवर्स तो कह कथा हूँ द पोएट सेज दैट द गॉड इज ग्रेट क्रिएटर ऑफ ऑल द ब्राइट एंड ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स इन दिस यूनिवर्स ऑल द थिंग्स आर ब्राइट एंड ब्यूटीफुल. All the creatures are great and small, and wise and wonderful. God is all powerful and more merciful to all the things and creatures of His creation. The poet says that God is great because He is almighty and He has made all things in a beautiful manner. तो पिलाମାନେ ଦେଖ ଆଉ स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं जाओ तुम मैंने तो तुम मैंने बहुत हेल्पफुल हम तो स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं जाओ क्वेश्चन सहित आंसर को स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं जाओ आउ बेसी नहीं 2-3 थर रिडिंग करने निहाती देखिए तुम मन मन रही ठीक अच्छे तो तापर क्वेश्चन देख पे व्हाट आर द लिटिल थिंग्स मेंशन इन द पोएम ऑल थिंग्स ब्राइट एंड ब्यूटीफुल C.F. Alexander poem All Things Bright and Beautiful is a poem that narrates the greatness of God. The poet praises God for his great creation. God has created little things, wise and wonderful things, great and small. According to the poet, the little things mentioned in the poem are the little flowers that little birds which are very attractive for their glowing colors. है ये दुटा क्वेश्चन थी आमर कहार ऑल थिंग्स राइट एंड ब्यूटीफुल ये दुटा क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपोर्टेंट थी तुम मैंने प्रिपेरेसन कर जाओ तापर जी आम आउ गोटे चैप्टर को सॉलिटरी रिपर ठीक अच्छे हु डज विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ कंपेयर टू द सॉन्ग सॉलिटरी रिपर विथ एंड व्हाई द पोएट विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ आउ हाँ तुम मैंने भाव केवल सार अल्प क्वेश्चन आ बाकी सब चैप्टर छाड़ी कहीं देख जो चैप्टर क्वेश्चन आसो आ जो क्वेश्चन आसो से क्वेश्चन ही केवल सिलेक्शन दे जाऊँ आउ कि एक्सट्रा आउ दौनी कहीं परीक्षा टाइम नहीं से तुमको एक्सट्रा परिश्रम करा पड़ोनी तो आर भर तुम मैंने देखिकी जाओ निहाती पड़ो ठीक अच्छे द पोएट विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ कंपेयर द सॉन्ग सॉलिटरी रिपर विथ द सॉन्ग ऑफ कोको बर्ड एंड नाइटिंगेल because the song of the solitary reaper is sweeter than the song of the cuckoo bird that breaks the silence. The seas among the farthest he brights Iceland in springtime. The song of the reaper is also sweeter than the welcome notes of the nightingale to the weary bands and travelers relaxing in the sandy hunt among the Arabian sands. तापर देख पिला मैंने सेकेंड क्वेश्चन हाउ वाज द पोएट अफेक्टेड बाय द सॉन्ग ऑफ द सॉलिटरी रिपर द पोएट वाज स्पेल बाउंड बाय द स्वीट ट्रेन ऑफ द सॉन्ग द सॉलिटरी रिपर थ्रो ही कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द लैंग्वेज एंड थीम ऑफ हर सॉन्ग ही स्टूड देयर मोशनलेस एंड एंजॉयिंग द मेलोडियस सॉन्ग ही ओनली गेस that the song might be about some more usual happenings like some natural sorrow, loss, or pain. It fascinated him so much that he carried its sweet melody in his heart for a long time. Okay, ତାପରେ ଦେଖ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ क्वेश्चन ଆସିଲା. What is the central idea of the poem The Solitary Reaper? The poem The Solitary Reaper expresses the central idea that simple moments can have extreme beauty and can solace our souls for a long time. Afterwards, if we pay deep attention to it, as a result, the poet is emotionally moved by the Reaper's song and makes a decision to keep listening to the song without moving. तापर पिलाମାନେ ଦେଖ ଭିଲେଜର ଚାପ୍ଟରକୁ ଯିବା ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ତ ଦେଖ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ବହୁତ କମ୍ କମ୍ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ ଦେଉଛି ତ ନିହାତି ୟାକୁ ଫଲୋ କର ତା ବୋଲି ଆ ଦେହରୁ ଗୋଟେ ଦୁଇଟା ନାହିଁ ଯେତିକି ଦେଇ ସବୁ ତ ଫଲୋ କର ନିହାତି ଦେଖିବ ସବୁ ତ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ୟାର ଭିତରୁ ହିଁ ଆସିବ ଆଉ ହଁ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ସେପାରେଟେଡ୍ ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ବନେଇଦେବି ଏସେ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ୍ ସମରି ଆଉ ଯଦି କିଛି ଦରକାର ଅଛି ତ ତୁମମାନେ ମୋତେ କମେଣ୍ଟ କରିକି ଜଣାଇପାର ସେଇ ଅନୁସାରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ମୁଁ ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ବନେଇବି ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ତ ଚାଲ ଯିବା ଆମେ ତା ପରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଦେଖିବା ଭିଲେଜ ସଙ୍ଗ କ'ଣ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆସିବ ହ୍ୱାଇ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ହନି ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ଗୋଇଂ ଟୁ ଦ ୱାଇଲ୍ଡ ଫରେଷ୍ଟ The honey child mentioned here is a daughter whose wedding preparations are on a go. However, the girl does not wish to be married, as the worldly pleasure do not attract her much. She is rather interested in enjoying the wild nature and lives there within the object of nature. So she is trying to flee to the wild forest. Okay. Next देखो the laughter of the sun today, the wind of death tomorrow. Explain it, happiness and sorrow. The poet described the happiness and sorrow in the poem through the conversation of the mother and daughter. On one hand, the mother tries to stop her daughter by telling her about all the worldly pleasure like wedding, childbirth, sandal-scented leisure, etc. And on the other hand, the daughter disregards all her appeals by telling her that all the pleasure of the today brings sorrow in future and that no worldly pleasure is everlasting. ता परवर्ती क्वेश्चन देखो How does the mother try to stop her daughter from going to the wild forest? World is full of pleasure. The mother says the world is full of pleasure means that the world full of happiness and joy that marriage childbirth brings. The mother here is trying to stop her daughter by telling her about pleasure of marriage, leisure and motherhood. There were the worldly pleasure that every maiden seek. तापर देखो How does the honey child describe the wild forest? The honey child described the wild forest as a beautiful place filled with enchanting trees, flora and fauna that give her more joy and worldly pleasure. She says that there is the forest where the fairy folk live, champa birds have bloom, rivers and streams flow, the quail sings. All these are source of everlasting joy to her. Okay, तो देखो एटा थिला हमर विलेज सॉन्ग तापर आसीला हमर फ्लावर स्कूल एई चैप्टर मध्ये क्वेश्चन आछि देखो What happens when it begins to rain and thunder? How the flowers dance upon the grass? एमती क्वेश्चन थिबो तो तमे ताको भल से प्रिपेयर करो देखो When the storm clouds rumble the June showers come down the wet east wind blows bagpipes among the bamboos. When rain comes, the flower children have their holidays. The crowds of flowers come out suddenly in dresses of pink, yellow and white. They dance upon the grass in great delight. Nobody knows from where they come. ता परवर्ती क्वेश्चन देखो How does the poet describe the flower school underground? The poet thinks that the flower go to school underground. The school is very strict and disciplined. They do their lessons door shut. If they come out, they are punished by their teacher. When monsoon rain comes, they have their holidays and come out play happily. Okay, next question देखिए. Explain the holiday of flower children. The flower children rush out. Answer देखो. According to the speaker, the storm clouds rumble as if they clap. Giant hands and swears come down with them. During storm, the branches clash together in the forest and the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The wet east wind comes marching over the uncultivated land. After that, the flower children have their holidays. In this way, they all celebrate their holidays happily. तापे देखो 4 number question. How does the speaker describe the flower children's mother and home? The speaker described that the flower children go to the school underground when monsoon comes. They have their holidays and come out to play in dresses of pink, yellow, and white. Then they are very eager to go home and meet their mothers who are in the sky. They also raise their arms to get their mother's warmth. तो ये थिला आमर कौन ଭିଲେଜ୍ ସଙ୍ଗ୍ର ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ଫ୍ଲାୱାର ସ୍କୁଲର ଥିଲା କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍. ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଚାପ୍ଟର ଦେଖ ଆମର ଫର୍ମାଲ ଇଞ୍ଜର ଏତିକି କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆମର ଆସିବ, ଆଉ କିଛି ଆସିବ ନାହିଁ. ତ ଚାଲ ଏବେ ଆମେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟା ଡିସ୍କସ୍ କରିଦେବା. ଆଉ ହଁ ପିଲାମାନେ କହି ରଖୁଛି, ଯେଉଁ ପିଲାମାନେ ନୂଆ ଆସିছে ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କର, ବେଲ୍ ଆଇକନ୍କୁ ପ୍ରେସ୍ କର, ଆଉ ନିଜର ସାଙ୍ଗମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେୟାର କର, ଯାହାଫଳରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ହେଲ୍ପଫୁଲ୍ ହେବ ଆଉ ତୁମମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ବହୁତ ବଢ଼ିଆ ଆଶା କରିବ ହେଲା. ଆଉ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ମନେକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କର, କାହିଁକିନା ଆମେ ଏସେ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ୍ ଆଉ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ୍ ଟାଇପ୍ର କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ପଠାଇବା ପାଇଁ ଯାଉଛୁ. ତ ସେଥିଲାଗି ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କର ହେଲା. ଆଉ 100% ଏଇଟା ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ଦେଉଛି ତୁମର ଆରି ଭିତରେ ହିଁ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆସିବ, ଆଉ କିଛି ବି ଦେଖିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ. ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଡଜ୍ ଦ ବ୍ରେନ୍ ସେ ଏବାଉଟ୍ ଭିକି? ଦ ବ୍ରେନ୍ ସେଜ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଭିକି ୱାଜ୍ ୟଙ୍ଗ୍ and energetic boy studying in a college. He was smart and intelligent. He was good at studies and was full of life and vigor. He loved his family and friends. He also had a soft spot for a girl called Lorraine in his college. How did Vicky meet with an accident? How did the accident affect the Vicky and his family? Vicky was a young boy who was smart and intelligent. On a wet monsoon day, he rode his bike to his friend who was helmet, but that day he did not put it on. On the way, he met with the accident. He lost his life. This happened only because of his carelessness. The death of Vicky shattered the happiness of the family. It was a great loss to them. How does the brain fall inside the formalin jar? How does the brain fall inside the jar? Vicky's brain fall inside the formalin jar due to a dreadful accident which took the life of Vicky. Vicky's brain is kept as a specimen which he does not like at all. To him may be called specimen in insulting. People wash the jar again and again which he does not like. तो पिलाମାନେ ଏତିକି ଥିଲା ତୁମମାନଙ୍କର ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଇଂଲିଶ ସବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ୍ର. ତ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ କରିନେଲି ସବୁତକ ପୋଏମ୍ର. ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଭିଡ଼ିଓରେ ମୁଁ ଆଣିବି ତୁମମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଯେଉଁ ଗଦ୍ୟ ବିଭାଗ ରହିଗଲା ଆମର ଲେଟର୍ ଟୁ ଗଡ଼୍. ବାକି ଯାହା ବି କିଛି ଚାପ୍ଟର ହେଲା ସେଇ ଚାପ୍ଟର କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ନେଇ ଆସିବି. ଯେତିକି ଦରକାର ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ଼ କରିବି. ତ ନିହାତି ଦେଖିବ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ବହୁତ ବଢ଼ିଆ ହେବ. ଆଉ ଏତିକି କହି ରଖୁଛି, ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କର, ବେଲ୍ ଆଇକନ୍କୁ ପ୍ରେସ୍ କର, ଆଉ ଯାହା ବି କିଛି କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଦରକାର ଅଛି ତୁମମାନେ କମେଣ୍ଟ କରିକି ଜଣାଅ. ନିହାତି ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିବି. ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି. ଅଲ୍ ଦି ବେଷ୍ଟ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଏଗେନ୍ ଅଲ୍ ଦି ବେଷ୍ଟ. ଆଶା କରୁଛି ନିହାତି ତୁମମାନଙ୍କର ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ହେବ. ଓକେ.